Hello everyone, this is my homework for Teach Now, Activity 2, Technology Enhanced Instruction. In this video, I'm going to show in 4 parts. The first one is the questions, the second one is about the summary of my interviews. The third one is a lesson plan analysis, and the fourth one is a checklist. So the first one is the questions to interview the teachers. So here are the 10 questions. I will come back to read it later, and this is 6 to 10. So then the second one is summary of teachers' response for the interviews, and I will provide a sample as well. So let's come back to the first questions. How often do you use technologies? It really depends on the teachers. Some teachers say 1 or 2 times a week, but some teachers say they use it on daily basis. So let's hear some, listen to the interviews I did.
Jackie, can I ask you some questions? Like, how often do you use technology for learning purpose?
Every day.
Oh, she said every day. So the second question is how to enhance the learning objectives. So a lot of teachers say that it definitely enhances the learning objective, especially in terms of differentiating, because as students can learn according to their pace. They don't need to worry about the other people's progress. And for example, like a teacher took a video of herself for the lessons. So let's see.
To learn how to do our junior grade book.
So she put her direction and learning intention and directions on the video, so students can just watch it again and again if they don't get it or they miss out one part. So then let's see, the third question is how often do you use technology to implement the assessment? Again, it depends on teachers if the teacher uses the technology a lot, they will say they do the assessment on weekly basis. Every teacher says she use it every single week, and because she use the worksheet from the provided by teachers. She purchases and then put it in the Google Classrooms, and the computer will do the grade for her. She just need to pull out the grades. And she also mentioned that with computer, she does not need to differentiate the learning content, but she does differentiating the scoring based on if the students are from IEP or reading file 4. So then the fourth question is how to use technology to collect data. So like I mentioned, that if some teacher do it on weekly basis and some worksheet will be automatically graded, but all the teachers from 3rd grade above, they will have to use the computer to collect the formal assessment data 3 times a year for the math at least. So that is a pre-test and like middle test and then a post-test of the math. And the fifth one is that if the student worked independently or collaboratively. I only have one teacher say they use the Google Slide to do some project learning. The teacher also said that students mostly work independently. Then the teacher can pull up small group. And the sixth one is how to ensure students using internet responsibly. Teachers say there's not much way. They just need to walk around to make sure students are using the screen properly. Or some teachers say they need to pay attention to it. Can look at the student's face. Sometimes you can tell from their facial expression, or like they staring at the screen for a long time. So the 7th question is what to keep in mind when you do the lesson plan. And this is a big question. I emailed more than 4 teachers about these questions. So here is a sample answers. So this teacher used Google Classroom, and here is the questions he keep in his mind: is technology meaningful, or does it enhance learning? Is it teaching to the standards? Standards big things. It's public school. How do I keep the students on intended technology only? Like I said, like if they are using Google Image improper or not. So, all right, then he said like it's highly motivating students for learning. By the way, so let's come back to the 8 questions. How do you share the results? Some teachers say they share in the Google Drive. Honestly, I don't really hear any teacher sharing much. I hope to see more. So the concerns, like I said like before, if they're using internet responsibly or not. The second concern that most teachers express is if the students show respect when they use the technology, because some students are using the keyboard really hard or something. So the last question is recommend 3 resources. So the most recommended is Google Classroom. Every single teacher recommend that. The second one is Teacher Pay for Teachers, and every single teacher recommend that as well. The third one is Canvas. Is it's quite popular among the teachers. So then let's see the next questions is about lesson plan. It's pretty hard to find the lesson plan, because like the teacher who use technology do not really write lesson plans a lot. Like Aaron, like she puts all the instruction or on the videos, so there's no point of writing it down. The teacher uses Google Classroom, there's no point writing it down again. It's a part of routine. She even does that as a field work. So then I have one teacher who teaches the special need is read 180. So she said she just pull out the lesson plan online. It's already written for her. And so let's see this one. This is really detailed lesson plan. But if I were her, I would like to write more about how to use technology. Like how can they connect with, how do the students do interaction with other students online, like how do they collaborate with other students and learning something like authentic learning experiences, or the teacher can design some activities online, like to like the Quizlet to promote learning. So then let's see, the last one is, okay, this is the ISTE I just showed. And then, okay, here the checklist for 5 questions. So mine is like, what is the learning intention, and does it enhance by supported by technology? I got these answers from Megan and from our cohort. And then third one is that they're going to do the student work independently or collaboratively. And the fourth one is how to differentiating academic harm. And this one is like if they can break down on how can I remedy my lessons. So this is great question from Jill. Okay, thank you so much.